only a small percentage of men are actually alpha males. Yes, there's lots of different categories of males, from beta males, alpha males, sigma male. You can go on and on and on. But in my opinion, there's basically only three categories: alpha, sigma, and beta. All right. But if you've wondered, how do men become beta males in the first place? And most importantly, how do they go from a beta male to an alpha male? And keep watching this video, because I'm going to go over 7 ways you can become an alpha male. And number 5 is the most important. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and a notification button, because I'm dropping a video every day. All right. Woo. How do men become beta males in the first place? And you know what? I will go so far as to say at least, maybe more, but at least 70 to 80% of men are beta males, especially when it comes to women, right? If you look at the animal kingdom, only about 20-30% of the males in the animal kingdom are alphas. But what I'm talking about in this video is specifically with respect to relationships, okay? So, how do men become beta males? 2 ways they become beta males. Number 1, they make women the priority. Alpha males make themselves the priority, not women. But beta males make women the priority. That's number 1. Number 2 is beta males have a lot of unresolved trauma and weaknesses. So, these men typically have had either abuse as a child, they're in a sexless marriage, they're a doormat with their wife, maybe they have no status or responsibility in their jobs or just in life in general, or they have substance abuse, right? Drugs, alcohol, whatever. They maybe also have just low testosterone levels, which is keeping their kind of aggression down and not being the alpha that they wish they could, because they just don't have the hormones for it. So those are the 2 reasons. The number 1, like I said, is they make women the priority. And number 2, they have trauma or weaknesses that I mentioned. All right, so you might be thinking, okay, Silver Bachelor, that's all fine and dandy. How do I become an alpha male? To just say alpha, forget sigma. But let's say alpha, beta, there's only 2 categories. You're one or the other when it comes to women, all right? I'm going to get into this right now. All right, number 1, stop making women a priority in your life. Like, I don't get this, guys. I don't get it. Like, yes, we all want to feel good. Yes, we all want to have sex. Women should never be your priority, ever. You're the priority. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you don't make you the priority, then what else is there to live for? And most importantly, people are just going to take advantage of you, specifically women. Okay? So, number 2, you need to get your ass to the gym, man. Get your ass to the gym. Build muscle, build strength. In fact, to add to this, join a gym that has a boxing ring in it or MMA, right? When you have combat with other men, it not only does it help increase your testosterone, but it makes you feel like a man, okay? When you are having combat with another dude, right? I'm not talking in a gay way. I'm talking in a combat way. There is nothing better than feeling like, yeah, I can kick this motherfucker's ass, right? It gives you this confidence that you never realized you had when you're walking around in public and you're like, yeah, I can handle myself. So that's number 2, is get to the gym, and even better, start learning how to box and do MMA and fight other dudes, okay? Like respectfully kind of thing, but in a competitive way. All right, number 3 is you need to increase your testosterone, bro. Like, men today have 30 to 50% less testosterone than they did in the 70s and 80s. It is crazy. There's all kinds of theories around why this is, but a lot of it is the hormones that are in foods and the things that we're eating, processed foods with the hormones and everything else. But the bottom line is the average man has less testosterone, 30 to 50% less than the 70s and 80s. Okay, check us out. Neanderthals had 3 times the testosterone of the average man now. I mean, no wonder they were motherfuckers fighting each other all the time. So you don't want to have too much. But Highly recommend. I did a video on my herbal stack to increase my testosterone, but very soon I'm going to get my blood tested to see what my levels are, because there's two levels of testosterone. There's free testosterone, there's total testosterone, what's actually in your body, and then there's free testosterone, what your body's actually using, okay? And I'm strongly considering going on testosterone replacement therapy after my blood test. So depending on what my blood test shows, I might give myself a little bit of a boost, and I'll do some more videos on that if I decide this is what I'm going to do, and I'll chart my whole journey so you can see what my results are and the effects of that. All right, so that's number 3 is testosterone. Number 4, take on more responsibility. Like, a lot of you guys are afraid of responsibility, right? Like, fuck, your employer comes to you and says, you know, we have an opening for a supervisor position or a manager position. And you might be thinking, oh man, it's going to be, you know, ultimately less money because I don't get overtime pay. This happened to me, by the way. I worked longer hours for less pay, but I had a more senior position. That's how you get started. That's how you end up becoming an executive someday, which I am, is that you take on more responsibility. And the only way to take on more responsibility sometimes means a sacrifice and maybe extra pay and maybe extra time. But if you take on more responsibility, that alpha in you will start to come out, because guess what? You're managing people now. You're leading people, and that's part of being an alpha. All right, that's number 4. Number 5 is you may just have to leave your wife or your long-term relationship because she's making you a doormat. And the thing is, if you've ever heard of the Chinese torture method, where it's like a little drop on your forehead, like drop, 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 drop over days, weeks, months, it drives every person crazy when they did that. And that is the same as a marriage, a bad relationship, where you're becoming a beta from 1,000 concessions that you've made. And over time, that beating down, that's a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, you become this doormat and a weak man. So if you realize that, wait, I'm in a sexless marriage, my girl doesn't treat me very well, maybe it's time for you to leave and grow some balls. I'm just saying it, just calling it a spade. So that's number 5. All right, number 6 is you need to eat better, man. Like, I see so many guys in restaurants and they're eating this crap. So what you are what you eat, right? I'm not going to go on about this topic. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You need to get your diet in check, because that affects everything in your body. So that's number 6. Number 7, which is also to do with number 6, is you need to start losing weight. And look, we're not all perfect. I'm not a Chad. I don't quite yet have a 6-pack. I've been working on that for a long time. So it's not necessarily about the weight. It's also about your body fat. But the thing is, in general, when you start taking care of yourself, you feel better, you act better, and you have more confidence. And just as a bonus, okay, and a bonus thing. So those are the 7 things. Now for the bonus. The bonus is you need to have a purpose that you're driven for. And it's not a purpose to meet some woman, to marry somebody overseas, nothing to do with women. I'm talking about a purpose for you, right? Specifically, it doesn't matter what the purpose is. But in my case, I have a few purposes, but one of my purposes is I created this YouTube channel, right? And I'm determined to drop a video on the channel every single day. I have over 565 videos so far that I've published. That's a lot of work, okay? Now, this purpose is not going to end because I'm now making money on this channel. I'm now getting sponsors. It's fantastic. And this has taken up about 10 to 15 hours a week of my time. And you might not think it's that much time, but I have a full-time job as well. And I have a few other businesses, right? So I'm busy. But that's what my point is. You need to be busy. You need to have a purpose. And that purpose, definitely not women. All right. Hope you liked this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see you next time.